Alright, welcome back to another D&D Movie Time, and today we are going to be reviewing a comedy. I know we started Final Destination last week, but we'll probably just keep dropping those in between other movies, and we'll probably take a break and finish it up once the new year comes, because we got a lot planned for December. So, today we are watching a comedy, and we will dive more into it when Cora tells us what it was about, and I'll give you guys the reason then. So, we're not going to waste too much time here. Without further ado, let's jump into UHF.
Never before in the history of motion pictures has there been a screen presence so commanding, so powerful, so deadly.
I don't know, George. I'm not so sure about this. George, you've got to do something every minute that Stanley's not on the air. We're losing money. If you could just get that overactive imagination of yours to work for you instead of against you, maybe you could...
This means something. This is important.
Now, I'm calling out an SOS! Save our station! I can do it, George, I can do it!
I got three guys out here that would love to touch your tongue out, but I don't want to do that.
George Newman is a two-bit little punk who's never stuck his nose where it didn't belong.
Hi, what's your name? Billy. Billy what?
This community means about as much to me as a festering ball of dog snot. I don't know. So... Stop that!
I'm your worst nightmare.
Alright, Cora, we just finished what movie?
UHF.
And what was this movie about?
So basically, a guy that definitely isn't wheeled out gets fired from a burger cooking job. But then, his uncle gets a
TV station?
Yeah, TV station. But he's going on vacation, so he decides to have...
Put Al in charge?
Yeah. Of course, at first, he doesn't really make good a package get mixed up, so then he meets his rival, which is basically the exact opposite of him, doing good money, but the boss is actually really mean. He tries to keep it a secret from the people. But anyways, so then Wheeled Al finds his janitor that got fired a bit ago. Then he starts trying to do his own shows. That doesn't turn out good.
It doesn't? Oh yeah, you're talking about when Weird Al's doing it.
Yes, you Macarino blind eel blindo.
Okay, come on.
Okay, so anyways, then he decides to basically quit from that show and allow the channel to have that going. He goes to get a drink.
So he lets the janitor take over the show.
And barely went from negative 0.5 all the way to basically, well, the next scene is basically them talking about how much money they basically got. Not got. Basically, that in basically the Witch was just one show.
Everybody's watching that one show because of the janitor. And he's making their whole thing successful, right?
Weird Al, the guy who makes music funny for a living, apparently does not know how to run a funny TV show. For kids. And kids are pretty easy to entertain.
You didn't find it funny when he was feeding that clown the dog treats instead of kid treats?
Ruben was the clown.
That was his friend, dressed up as a clown.
I feel bad for him.
So you found it more funny when the kid found the marble in the oatmeal and got to drink from the fire hose.
I'm not worried about that kid that got launched 7 feet, I bet.
You want to drink from a fire hose like that?
I'd rather be sprinkled by one.
I don't think they sprinkle. I think they just burst out water. Let me go grab my fire hose.
That's a shotgun. Show it to the camera.
No.
I tell you.
Come on.
I don't.
What happens then?
So then basically, he starts making more shows. I just I add this for no reason whatsoever. This is one guy that decided to randomly join for no reason because Weird Al the Highland, his friend that named Bob, stupidest name. I mean, no offense, but it's kind of lame.
You have an uncle named Bob.
You?
Yes. Bob is short for Robert.
Bob?
No.
I said Bob. B-O-B.
Yes, Bob is short for Robert. Or Rob, but some people go with Bob or Bobby. I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's like Chucky is short for Charles, but so is Chuck. So is another name. But anyways, come on. Back to it.
Okay.
So they're making it. They're being successful. A lot of good shows. They're number one in town. Then what happens?
So basically, they'll...
The uncle.
Not the uncle. The rival. The Channel 8. Or was it 6?
Well, first the uncle gets bad news. What's the bad news?
That he has to do $7,500.
$75,000
$5,000.
by midnight on Saturday. I think they said. So what's he gonna do to get that $75,000?
It's the most popular show ever.
What? No, I'm talking about the uncle. What's the uncle's first thought?
Sell his radio station.
Sell his station. But then Weird Al makes a plea, right?
Uh-huh.
And he says he can get him the money by then, right?
Uh-huh.
So what does the rival company do at that point?
Make a deal basically saying if...
Well, he already made the deal with them, but
Instead, he decides...
they kidnap somebody. Who do they kidnap?
The janitor.
Thank you. Do you remember the janitor's name?
Boobin.
Stanley. Stanley Spadusky's Playhouse. Anyways, come on.
Oh yeah. So, of course, he gets super hypercharged by his old broom. Yes.
Mop.
A mop. Yes, a mop. That, for me, that's like one of the most funniest parts, but that was only second. Because then
They capture him again. And who has to come save him?
your dad.
Yep. Then they get back to the radio. They get back to the UHF station, and there's some shenanigans there at the last minute. One of which I know Cora wants to talk about probably during her score. But do they manage to raise the money in time?
Yippity doody so.
And does the evil the evil other person, the bad guy, does he get his cup uppance?
What do you mean by that?
Does he get justice in the end?
Nobody doobity choobity goobity nobody
What?
nobody don't. No!
He doesn't get justice in the end?
Oh,
He
sorry.
doesn't end up broken, penniless?
Oh yeah.
Justice, justice was served on him.
Oh yeah, yippity doobity stoobity doobity coobity
What
doo.
is this? What are you doing? Anyways, that's UHF. When we come back, we will give our final thoughts and scores, and we will see you all in just a little bit.
Bye.
For thousands of years, the world has been protected by the Guardian of Light, or as he is more commonly known, Santa Claus. Over the centuries, factors such as fear and prejudice, greed and jealousy, misunderstandings, betrayal and war have segregated most humans from the magical world of elves, fairies, wizards, and the like. This has resulted in many misconceptions and generalizations of the true nature of Santa and his world.
This 6-book series by Sean Connaughton begins as the current of a long series of guardians is murdered by a group of monstrous enemies recently escaped from an enchanted South Pole prison. These creatures are loyal to the darkness, an evil force determined to exterminate the light in order to enslave all creatures of the world.
Shane Connor, an average young man, suddenly finds himself being trained as the new Guardian. As he adapts to his new life among fantastic creatures, he goes on an adventurous quest with a legendary wizard for the ultimate weapon to use against the darkness, and faces murderous enemies like Rasputin, Morgana Le Fay, Krampus, and many more.
Along with his best friend Joe Gomez, Shane encounters politics, history, mysterious murders, new loves, his own hidden past, and racial dynamics among the fantasy races that turn out to be all too real. Their adventures reveal the true nature of the world and challenge the current state of how all races interact.
This series expertly melds myths, legends, history, faiths, folklore, and secret societies into a fascinating, cohesive, comprehensive world of wonder and magic.
From Atlantis to Olympus, from Hades to the moon, and from broomstick races to Christmas deadlines, join the new Santa Claus on his amazing journey. But beware, will Shane's quest achieve his ultimate goal of destroying the darkness and preserving the light of the world? Or is he actually playing right into a plot by dark forces that will result in his, and our, ultimate doom?
So make your list and check it twice for the Guardian of Light book series. Download your audiobook or ebook today from Audible, Amazon, or iTunes.
Alright, starting with Cora. On a scale of 1 to 10, what would you give UHF?
A 10 out of 10.
Why a 10 out of 10?
because it was great. And the most untwisting part was right at the beginning. Weird Al. I think I was out eating my food or drink my drink. But as soon as I went back, the first thing I saw was Weird Al's name. That was the most. But the other favorite part that I loved the most was basically later in the movie near the end, Channel 8, the director of Channel 8, the person who owns the company, makes a statement saying his original thing was originally supposed to say how Channel 64, that's the other channel's name that Weird Al's doing, right?
64, I think it was 65 actually.
65? I can't remember. Anyone who's watching the movie, put it down in the comments. So anyways, but then
they hijacked the signal.
Well, mostly just the weird, crazy scientist.
And they broadcast a clip from earlier in the movie where he was bad-mouthing the people of the town.
As a secret, of course, but also in the movie, the scientist snuck into the vet system, went with woofers, and placed in security cameras.
Yeah.
He drilled a hole, grabbed the camera, and just put it at the camera window.
So what was your absolute favorite scene?
When everyone's beating him up.
Oh. I thought you would have said, like...
The director of Channel 64.
I thought you would have said, like, the Stanley Spadusky's Playhouse scene.
There's much more scenes of that. Which one?
The first one, where the kid drank from the fire hose.
That wasn't the first time.
Or maybe when that guy was chucking poodles out the window.
Okay, that's not funny. That's animal abuse.
They were fake. They were clearly fake. They weren't real. Or maybe when he goes, badgers? Badgers? We don't need no stinking badgers.
That guy's not funny.
Or maybe when he was getting chased by the boulder at the very beginning and he was running all around the world and the boulder just kept following him. Anyways, who is your favorite character?
You already know.
I don't know. Is it Stanley? Because he was probably funnier than Weird Al in the movie. Was it Weird Al?
Yes,
Was it Bob, his buddy?
It's Weird Al, you must
Was it Tina, the girlfriend?
It's Weird Al, you must have been Tina, blind ear, blind eye, you blind mouth, you pig.
I'm sort of surprised because I know there was a lot of references in this you don't quite get yet. Like the Indiana Jones at the beginning, the Rambo reference.
What?
Yeah, when he was blowing everything up and he was flying the helicopter. That was all a reference to Rambo with Sylvester Stallone. Alright, but now the big question. The biggest question of this, since you've now seen this movie, over the past couple weeks, or at least the past week, I've been listening to, in the car a lot, to Weird Al music. What is your favorite Weird Al song?
I haven't listened to all of them.
So far, of the ones you've heard, what's your favorite? Oreo? Okay. Actually, the song is called White Stuff.
Oh,
Do you remember the words?
White stuff.
It's Oreo. What's in the middle?
The white stuff.
So, anyways, moving on to my score on a scale of 1 to 10. I'll give this a 10 out of 10. I was going to give this a 9 out of 10, but it pretty much, like, if you want a night of just really good comedy, you could throw this on, like, right after Spaceballs.
Well, Spaceballs is the best.
And it doesn't have quite as good graphics or anything like Spaceballs had, but it is still pretty damn funny. And it can hype right up there. You know, Spaceballs can get you going, and UHF can continue it on. If you want just a night of good comedy. I always thought the guy, who Michael Richards, who plays Stanley Spadowski, for some reason, every time he has that mop in his hand, for some reason, I just think of the Toxic Avenger. And I cannot believe they didn't use some sort of Toxic Avenger parody or comment. Also, this is probably
Wasn't this entire movie a parody?
No. Also, this is your first time, by the way, Cora. You've probably ever seen Fran Drescher.
Or what?
The girl who plays a show called The Nanny. I don't know if you'll see much of her. She's not in a lot of stuff, but... I mean, she was in that show, The Nanny, which ran for a while, and they always show repeats of it on certain channels, but... And you got to see the main wizard guy from Willow again. Who you'll probably see again whenever we get around to Masters of the Universe. The He-Man movie. Mm-hmm. But, yep. Alright. Well, that is going to go ahead and wrap up this review. We are getting closer and closer to Thanksgiving. There is still time if you want to get in on this contest for a free signed copy of Book 6 once it comes out. It will be coming out. I'm really not sure when now. Hoping my editor gets it finished sometime soon. But like I've said in previous videos, and I hope, and we all wish him the best and speedy recovery. He's been dealing with some medical issues that's had him in and out of the hospital. He recently had a bad time, so we hope he gets better soon and wish him a speedy recovery. And we can't rush this guy, or you know, we get a bad product, and I don't want you guys to have bad books. So let's hope he recovers and he can work on it. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and we will see you all next week.